Throughout this trade war, there have been prominent U.S. politicians who have stood with Canada and against Trump's punitive tariffs. And let's check in now with one of them. Peter Welch is a Democratic senator for Vermont, a border state that, in good times, relies on Canadian tourism and business. And he joins us now from Norwich, Vermont. Senator, thanks for joining us. How are you feeling about the state of the trade war right now?
Terrible. I mean, this is a president we have who's on an economic rampage that is extraordinarily destructive, and it's destructive on both sides of the border. Nothing good will come out of this. Now, what I do want to say is that I have great admiration that Prime Minister Carney and the Canadian people have stood up to the bullying of Donald Trump. Bottom line here, we need my Senate Republicans to stand up to that bullying as well. Trump does not have authority to do this. None of us support it, including Republican colleagues, and it's going to do great harm to people in Canada and to people in the United States.
So something that puzzles a lot of us here north of the border, maybe you can help us understand it, if it can be understood. It seems like there are reasonable centrist Republicans out there in the Senate, for example, who understand the importance of freer trade between Canada and the United States, but they seem quite intimidated by Trump into silence or acquiescence. So what's your take on that?
Well, they are. And the fact is they are capitulating to the bullying. I mean, Trump is a vengeful guy, and he does things in a willful way. They're not grounded in an economic policy or agenda. And he thinks he can get away with it by just pushing his weight around. And my Republican colleagues have to accept the reality that Trump's policies are hurting the people they represent just as much as they are hurting Vermonters. Also, really, this is on us in the Senate. The president doesn't have authority under our Constitution to unilaterally impose tariffs. He literally doesn't have that authority. And the silence by my Republican colleagues means he's getting away with doing something that is illegal and also very destructive. So what Prime Minister Carney did, standing up to a bully, is what my Republican colleagues in the Senate have to do, stand up to that bully, because what he is doing is hurting us, not just you.
Based on private conversations you may be having, whether it's in hallways or on the phone, do you have any sense that there may be some Republicans, especially with the midterms looming, who might break ranks on this and support freer trade?
Well, the midterms are the big question, because the next verdict is going to be provided by the American people. And all the signs are that they're sick of this. These tariffs are going to lead to higher costs for our farmers, total chaos for our manufacturers. The auto industry is going to be on the ropes on both sides of the border. And that has an impact on my Republican colleagues, because those voters are going to have a say in what kind of changes we'll make in Congress. But, you know, the bottom line here is the Trump policy on the economy is not one that's based on achieving certain goals other than satisfying the Donald Trump's desire to throw his weight around. There are no economists who say this trade war has anything good that can come out of it, just harm. But the major agenda for Trump is to show who's boss. And what has happened here is very significant. Canada and its prime minister have said no to this bully. And we're going to need more of that. But in doing that, all of us are probably going to experience a fair amount of pain that is completely avoidable.
Saying no to the bullies, but also pushing back. Our prime minister is vowing, as you know, to bring in dollar for dollar retaliatory tariffs. What do you think of that strategy?
He's got to do it. You know, I'm against the trade war. Canada is against the trade war. We had an agreement, the USMCA, the Canada-Mexico trade agreement, that President Trump himself bragged was the best trade agreement ever. So we have been enjoying very good economic relations with Canada. So this trade war is going to hurt. It was started by Trump. How is it that a country that's been attacked with a trade war can't respond? Now, it's going to hurt us. I saw Doug Ford is saying that they'll raise electricity prices or cut off electricity. That'll be very, very hard for us here in Vermont. So I don't want that to happen, but the way it can not happen is by President Trump stopping this unilateral, this arbitrary, and this pointless trade war.
I know some Canadians who would love to return to Vermont, but they don't want to do it currently while the trade war is going on. I hope they have a reason to change their travel plans soon. Peter Welch, Democratic Senator from Vermont, thank you very much.
Thank you.